efficient. And today we're going to be starting on SQL injection. Now, the overall summary of what SQL injection is, it's basically designed to inject commands on a database in order to reveal data to us or to manipulate data in it. Examples would be like adding an account, showing hidden information, running system commands, etc. Now, normal places to find these are in identifiers that show like who we are, like tracking cookies, tokens, IDs, anything that says that's that food right there, right? Now, how do we normally test for stuff like this? Once we've identified an identifier, we attempt two things. One, adding a single quote to attempt to trigger an error, or use the sleep command to determine a Boolean query. Does the username start with A? If so, sleep for 10 seconds. If not, laugh in my face. Now, tests that we can do that consist of SQL are going to be either disclosing hidden information, bypassing a login, enumerating users and passwords, and mapping out a database to retrieve data. Now, without any further ado, let's hit up these labs. Alright, check it. So, this particular lab says that the SQL injection vulnerability in the product category filter. So, when a user selects a category, the application carries out this particular SQL query. Alright, so let's get to it then. Go ahead and take this address here, bring this over into our VoIP, fix up our scoop a little bit. Let me make this quick go edit, hit that, boom, bam, Bami Shalami, refresh that, bottom bizzle right up in the hizzle, and let us see our VoIP now. Alright, so we have our lab pulled up here. What we're going to do, we're going to put this to the side. Actually, first, bring this right back real quick. Go to our proxy, turn our intercept on. Move this, get it out of my face. And we're going to click on one of these categories here. Since it says that this is the vulnerable parameter, this is the one that we're going to be working with, which is this one right here. Alright, so go ahead and take this request, send it over to the repeater. And let's see what our initial request would be if we send a regular request. So we'll hit send. Okay, so this is normally what we would get. Now let's render this and see what this category presents us right off top. 3 results. Alright, we got the bed in your home office. I don't know if that's for sleeping or for beekeeping. Cheshire cat grin, crack, may be correct to describe that, and a 6-pack beer belt. That is the most useless thing in a ninja movie. Alright, so let's keep it moving. Alright, so let's test this out by putting in a single quote after this, see if we can break this. And let's go back to Purdy. Or we can even go to render, doesn't even matter because it still shows us that we have an error. Alright, cool. So our next step is to see if we comment out, what response do we get? Okay, now we got back to a 200. So let's go ahead and render this real quick, see what response do we get. Okay, looks like we get one additional item here, but we're still not done with the lab though. So let's right click in here, URL encode as we type. Now let us add in front of the dash dash, dame dash, dang it, a space or 1 equals 1, and let's send that. So we have 4 images there. We have internal server error, which is fine. Good. Where's my 1 at? Oh, because there was no space after that, after this or, my bad. Alright, so let's fix that. Send this again. And see what happens here. Alright, so now we have, okay, so we have some more things coming in here. Now we have a lot more stuff that's returned to us. So there's our payload right here. Let's copy this URL, drop this, get it up out of my face, and actually go back in my face because I have to go back to this freaking thing, which actually, let's backtrack it here. Let's just take this whole thing. Yes, my voice cracking, I don't care. Place that bad boy right up in hither. Forward that. Turn our intercept off and drop down and blammo. I just headbutted the mic. Our lab has been completed. So that was that one, and we will look at the next one in a moment. Alright, so the next type of SQL injection that we're going to be looking at is going to be blind SQL injection. And this is going to be a lot different than a regular SQL injection. Here we won't get a response, like something like in terms of an error or printable data that would be from the page. Here we'll get pretty much nothing. And blind SQL injection lets us make this work itself out by giving us some form of a response that may be on the page or not. A good example is by having using sleep, where we would send a query to determine if a username starts with a certain letter. If it's true, the page once it loads, wait for 10 seconds first, then load the page. If it's true, and if it's not, we'll load it normally. So let's look at what this is going to be showing us. Exploiting blind SQL injection by triggering conditional responses, meaning a Boolean, true or false. So here these labs are, they have a vulnerable tracking cookie, so this will be what we're going to be using to test on, and how the SQL database is designed. Select tracking ID from tracking ID users. Once it's matched, use that. And here are our Boolean values here. So and 1 equals 1, true, and 1 equals 2, false. Let's see what else this is telling us. Okay, so we have, let's see. Okay, here we go. If it returns data because the recognized tracking ID was submitted, okay, say that our ID is legit, then we'll get a welcome back message if it is true. If our query is false, it will not return this welcome back message. So let us start this lab and see what it's all about. Okay, so let's keep looking while this is loading up here. Okay, so say we've found that the username is administrator, and we want to see what the password is. So we'll use substring, meaning selecting a string character, like setting a string of characters. Select from the password column from the users where the username is equal to administrator. First letter, first position, is it greater than M? If this is true, we will get the welcome back message. If this is, if we tried it again, but saying is it greater than the letter T, this is false, and we will not get the welcome back message. So if we take that response that we got from testing the letter M and letter T and said is the password for the administrator related to the letter S, if so, we will get a welcome back message. If not, then we will not get that welcome back message. So take this lab. We're going to go over to the My Accounts section here. Wait, which? Oh no, my bad. It's tracking ticket. No, I have to get into the lab first. I feel so stupid right now. Put this in burp. Okay, set our dangle scope. I don't know why this thing comes up on the secondary, my other monitor, not this one. Okay, so we have that. We have our burp on. Let's resend this. Okay, back to the lab. Wait, what the hell? Okay, let's reload this correctly now. Alright, so we should have burp fooling with this here. Alright, so what we will be working with is this tracking ID here to test on. Alright. First query we're going to be using is this true? If this is true, once I scroll down, we should see welcome back, which we do. Change that to a 2. Welcome back should be gone. And it is. Alright. So now that we got that, let's do a quick test. Since we already know that the user is administrator that we want to get into, to try to look for and determine what the username is, we're going to use this and query to select the letter A from users, giving only one response. Is it actually letter A? Go ahead and hit this. We should get a welcome back message. Yes, we do. Alright. So what this is basically saying, what this is doing is that it's asking the database to confirm if the first letter of a username is equal to letter A. So what's our next one? This next query to simply verify if our username is actually administrator. So let's hit send there. We have our welcome back. Alright, cool. So next up, we're going to look for the password here. We're going to use this next query, once I go ahead and clear all this crap up out of here, to determine the password length. So, and select from, this was our functioning query that says this is correct, that the username is administrator, so we don't want to change this. We want to keep this as is right now for the time being, and add on if the password length is greater than 1. Okay. Is it greater than 1? Should see welcome back. Okay. Let's increment this. Change this to a 10. You should see welcome back right here. Okay. Change this to 15. Okay. Welcome back. See that right there. Let's go with 20. Welcome back is gone. Okay. So that means it's less than 20 characters. So let's get rid of this and let's go down 1. Let's go 19. Welcome back. Alright, so now we've determined that our password is 19 characters long. Alright, that is a freaking lot. So, how do we do this here? So, what we do, we're going to change this query here to a different one. And we're going to send it into the intruder using this one here. So, selecting substring of the password, first position, first letter, where the letter is potentially A. So let's send this to the intruder, clear all this off, highlight this letter that we want to add here, go to our payloads, and here's my lowercase a through z. Okay, gonna paste this here. Now we're not gonna run it yet because remember, it's blind SQL injection. We're not going to get a response. However, there is one noticeable thing that we have, which is this phrase here, welcome back. So when we go over to the intruder, go over to our settings, scroll down, we want to match this string. So we're going to clear all this crap off. We're going to plop that right there. Maybe without the exclamation mark, just to be on the safe side. Got our payload set, and let's start. So this is going to go down the alphabet characters here, and it's done. I'm going to simply click up here, see which one that we got. Okay, so we don't have one. Let's go back a step. Let's clear this out. Let's go with alphanumeric instead. So 96. Okay, let's look at this again, make sure that our stuff is correct. Okay. Okay, here we are. The number 2. All right, so that's the first one of our password here. Okay, so we put in the number 2. Close this out. Discard it. Now we have to go to the next position. Simply change this to a 2. Second position. First letter. Start. And this is basically what we do until we get our full password here. Alright, now we have completed all of our 19 characters here, and the string that we found was this one potentially here. So let's see if we can submit that. Just make sure our proxy is off. Okay, go over to our lab. Let's see. Oh, log in as the administrator. Duh, stupid. Alright, so let's go over to my account. Let's enter in administrator. Hit login. Okay, so we are incorrect somewheres. Let's go back a step. One of the ones that I may have gotten incorrect was probably from position 5. I'm going to do that one again. Okay. Let's discard that. Let's go to position 4. Okay. Position 6. Okay, let's see. It's very peculiar. Okay. So, let me copy this here so everyone can see what I'm doing. I'm going to copy this here, and I'm going to do this one line by line and see if we can match it. Alright, so let's do this again. Let's go to position 1. You should get a number 2. Okay, that's correct. 2 should be a J. That is correct. Discard. Position 3. Should be A. Okay. So we've already checked 5 and 6. Position 7 should be the number 8. Let's go ahead and get this pointed down here. Okay, that's correct. Position 8 should be the letter K. Alright. 9 should be the number 0. Whoops. Whoops. Gotta fix that. There we go. Okay, so we have 0 there. Make sure that's a 0 and not an O. Okay, that's correct. Good, good. Position number 10 should be the letter U. Okay. Alright. Our next position, 11, should be 0. Again. Get the welcome and get this one pointed down. So it'll give us the first initial response back. Okay, so this one's 0 again. Alright, position number 12 should be the letter H, which it is. Alright, position 13 should be 6, the number 6. Okay. Position 14 should be the letter F. Okay. Position 15 should be the letter H. Okay. Position 16 should be the letter L or the number 1. Okay, so the letter L. Okay. Position 17, R. Okay, R. Position 18 should be the letter B. Okay. The letter 19, whoops, should be the number 3. Okay, the number 3. So this should be correct, unless I have to go through the number 20 as well. Okay, let's mark that down. Alright, so we have another letter, which is S. Okay, so we were one number off. Let's get rid of that, discard that. Okay, now let's attempt to log in. Administrator with our new password, which is going to be this string right here. So let's go ahead and paste that in there, hit login. Boom! And we have successfully logged in as administrator. Now that, ladies and gentlemen, was blind SQL injection. So these are the main ones that I would definitely say to look to test out for more than anything. A lot of, like, pretty much like all organizations are going to not allow any type of like 1 equals 1 or whatever to type of like bypass login. So this is definitely a great technique to be able to use when enumerating a database and trying to create an account. Thank you very much for joining me on this module. I am Shai Ronan, and I am out. Peace.